This episode is sponsored by Trailblazers. It's May, and you know what that means. It's National Bike Month. Trailblazers is hosting this region's bike challenge and will be hosting fun challenges and events you can participate in to win all month long. All you have to do is log your rides. For more information, visit www.love2ride.net/NW-Arkansas. Hope to see you out on the trails. Support for this episode comes from Signature Bank.
Hey, this is Gary Head at Signature Bank of Arkansas. We founded Signature Bank in 2005 with local ownership to serve our communities with the best bankers with the most authority to do business. We have succeeded in growing our bank to over $875 million in assets. We have locations in Bentonville, Rogers, Springdale, Fayetteville, Brinkley, and we have recently expanded to Harrison and Jonesboro. We have 176 teammates in climbing. Our teammates love our communities and the customers that we serve. We're always here to serve and eager to do so. As Chairman and CEO, I welcome your call to have the opportunity to serve you. Please call 479-684-3700 or visit online at signature.bank and tell them that you heard about us at I Am Northwest Arkansas. Signature Bank of Arkansas is a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
It's time for another episode of I Am Northwest Arkansas, the podcast covering the intersection of business, culture, entrepreneurship, and life in general here in the Ozarks. Whether you are considering a move to this area or trying to learn more about the place you call home, we've got something special for you. Without further ado, here's our fearless host, Randy Wilburn.
Hey folks, and welcome to another episode of I Am Northwest Arkansas. I'm excited to be with you today. I have a different kind of episode for you this Memorial Day. I'm actually bringing you a video, which you can see me, and I'm doing this as a podcast as well. So excited to just share with you a couple of thoughts. I haven't done a monologue in quite some time, and so I wanted to do that for this Memorial Day as a source of encouragement. Actually, I need this for me more than I need it for you guys. The events of the past week, actually the events of the month of May of 2022 have been a challenge with everything that's happened in Buffalo, of course, and what happened in Uvalde, Texas, and praying for all the loved ones of all those families affected. We're all affected, actually, when you think of it. So I thought this would be a little different, and I wanted to just kind of share some thoughts with you that I had about Memorial Day, why it is such an important day for us to remember those that made the ultimate sacrifice for us, especially us here in the United States, but throughout the world. I mean, people have served in the military for their countries and given their lives and made the ultimate sacrifice. But I think if we're talking about the sacrifices that have been made by the men and women of our military throughout the years, I think it's important for us to remember it and not necessarily think of Memorial Day as another day of coleslaw and barbecue and all that. All that stuff is great, but I think we need to take time to really consider what this day really means and why it was even created in the first place. And I went back and I looked at some of the facts and figures about Memorial Day. And of course, it came about right after the Civil War. It didn't become law. I mean, it didn't become a national holiday until 1971. I didn't even realize that. I was 2 years old at that time. Yeah, I know I'm old, but I was 2 at the time that it became a national holiday. And it used to be celebrated the 30th day of the month of May. Now it's the 4th Monday of May. Wherever that falls, that's where Memorial Day is. And so I am, I'm just, certainly honored to spend some time reflecting. And I think in my younger days, I didn't think of it as much because I didn't have a close family member. I had multiple family members serve in every war that we have fought in: World War I, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War. But, I haven't had it to or experienced the loss of life, multiple Purple Hearts in my family. But I don't say any of that because to brag in any way, shape, or form. I just say it to say that, each of our families has a different story to tell, especially when it comes to war. And I know some of you are sitting here, and today is a very solemn occasion because you lost somebody near and dear to you. Could be a brother, could be a sister, could be a father, could be an aunt or an uncle. And so I just wanted to honor you today with this particular episode, without an agenda. I can always talk about Northwest Arkansas, and this is a great place to live. I heard my wife actually open her mouth and say that to some people last night. She's been here 7 years, and she's a big city girl, but she has really grown to love Northwest Arkansas, as have I. That's why I do this podcast. But I wanted to just kind of share some thoughts that I had about Memorial Day, and just maybe be an encouragement to somebody that needs to hear that today. I don't know about you, but I need some encouragement, especially when you go through life and sometimes life, knocks you down and you deal with circumstances and events that really color your attitude or cause you to think differently about things. And I wanted to figure out a way to encourage you today because I know things can be hard. And there's a good book that says, trouble you will have with you all the days of your life. So we're never promised a perfect situation, a perfect scenario that things are always going to be good. I think we have to realize that sometimes we're going to go through some tough times. And it's when you go through those tough times and you recognize the importance of community, you recognize the importance of a village, right? They say it takes a village for people to really grow and feel part of something. And so I appreciate the village of people here in Northwest Arkansas. And so this is my way of giving back on a very, very special day. We want to thank everybody that has served in the military, and especially those that have come home from the battlefield. But today, out of all the days, let's celebrate those that did not get to come home, whose memories live in the hearts and minds of men and women of this country. Let's remember them. And so I wanted to share with you a simple poem from Lenore Hetrick. I don't know who she is, but she wrote a really great poem that moved me. And I said, you know what, I'm going to share this poem on the podcast today. And so it's called Our Memories. If we remember those who are gone, then they live again. They are here once more. They smile and speak, just as do living men. So let us give our thoughts to the brave upon this Memorial Day. In spiritual fellowship, let us speak and listen to what they say. For a soldier who died for his country must know much that he could tell. And if we caught the message, it might serve us oft and well. So in our memories, let the dead linger often and long. Recollections of that kind live and are like a springtime song. Wow, that's an amazing poem, and I'm going to keep that close to me and share that in the future. I'll put it in the show notes for you, but it's just something of a reminder of the ultimate sacrifice that has been made by so many to make this country as great as we are. Even in our divided state, sometimes we have to recognize the sacrifices that so many others have made, and it has to encourage you to always want better for this place where sacrifice is such an integral part of the fabric of our society. And so I really want to encourage you today. If you've lost a loved one, I'm here. I'm praying for you, and I'm thinking about you, and I'm also thinking about your family members and those that made the ultimate sacrifice so that I can do what I'm doing right now. I can podcast. I can drive down the street unencumbered. I can, I'm free to do what I want to do. Whatever that is, we have these freedoms in this country because of the sacrifices that so many have made. And so I just wanted this to be a reminder episode for you of why Memorial Day is so important. We'll get back to regularly scheduled programming next week, but I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you to all those that have made the ultimate sacrifice, as well as those family members that have had to endure the hardship of loss. because you had a significant other or somebody, a family member that served this country in the military and never came home. So that's my thought for today. And I just wanted to say I appreciate you guys so much. And we'll be back to regular programming next week. Remember, the I Am Northwest Arkansas podcast can be found wherever great podcasts can be found. You can subscribe to it. Please consider following us at IamNorthwestArkansas.com. You can get the show notes for this episode or any of our episodes at IamNorthwestArkansas.com. And you can follow us on Instagram. You can connect with me on Twitter. I'm just at Randy Wilburn. That's all I have to share with you this week. Enjoy the remainder of your Memorial Day, time with family, reflections of those that have made the ultimate sacrifice. And let's move this thing forward and continue to think about others while we continue to make America amazing. That's all I have. So I will catch up with you soon. I'm Randy Wilburn, the host of the I Am Northwest Arkansas podcast, and I will see you soon. Peace.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of I Am Northwest Arkansas. Check us out each and every week, available anywhere that great podcasts can be found. For show notes or more information on becoming a guest, visit IamNorthwestArkansas.com. We'll see you next week on I Am Northwest Arkansas.